Grand vibrations, everybody. Shout out to the new hair. Yeah, I can't see it yet. But anyway, so I had the privilege of attending this event. Let me move. It's Reimaging Policing. It was supposed to be a town hall discussion, um, which I'm not sure of what town hall that they have ever been to. Or you see Darcel D. Clark, the New York State Senator, all these assemblywomen, these wonderful people. So I goes there and I'm hearing them, talk a good one and how they're out here on these streets and, doing the work and this, that, and the third, all while being paid for it. My question for them is, if you wasn't getting paid to do this, would you volunteer willingly to do most of this shit? But that's another topic. So when I went into this space, I had every intention on speaking up about the school to prison policy or school to prison pipeline that has been, as Jamani Williams would say, because he was there. He's not even on this thing, but whatever. As Jamani Williams said, this is something that's been ongoing for 200 years plus, or whatever the case might be. So I was a little irritated because they had like these cards that you had to fill out in order to, ask your questions. So, but me and me being the energy disruptor, that's not how we giving it up. A town hall meeting is not you talking at me. That's a discussion. So anyway, I goes in and I'm raising my hand after they said that they was going to wait to the last, wait until a moment where they answer questions from the cards. But I basically asked, like, how do we stop the school to prison pipeline? Because ultimately, we are our children and the people before us are funding the police department by this happening. Now, we have all these crazy, weird ass shit going on, right? And this has been for years. Like, ultimately, the police department are reimagined slave catchers. And if you don't believe you're a slave, if you have a birth certificate, you are definitely one, myself included. But I refuse to be a part of what they teach in school. The schools are in place to keep you in place, if that makes sense, right? Obviously, like, it's not benefiting us because we have educated people of the black and brown community that has been in place for many of years, but they use them as, a scapegoat to put out their plan. We have all these black and brown people and nobody, all these educated people. Education doesn't mean intelligence, by the way. Mind you, it's Rockefeller's system. But yeah, nobody had ever thought to stop the school to prison pipeline. So when I asked this question, somebody gave the excuse of Jamani Williams that because this has have been in place for 200 years, they can't do that. I'm here to say, if you are a person who have experienced people pleasing, right? And you finally get to the point where you're setting your fucking boundaries, like you've been a people pleaser for years, right? And then you get to a point where you stop and you set boundaries, regardless of how many years you've been a people pleaser. Once people know that you ain't with the shits no more and they dumb shit, that shit stop. And that is a ripple effect, right? Because now they know how to treat you, now they know they can't come around you, this and third. What I'm trying to say is, if we don't stop this shit now, it's going to continue to go on. And I refuse to allow my son to grow up in this fucking system, right? Because even if he doesn't grow up in the system, the people around him are still going to be in the system. And it takes a village. I can't do this shit by myself. I can't scream this shit to the mountaintop and all that, because ultimately all of our children are in the schooling system. And think about it. There's something that they are not teaching our children. So long our ancestors dealt with so much, right? From people coming to our land, because this land, by the way, I also asked them, how come nobody told us that the United States was found guilty of genocide of the black and brown indigenous people of these lands in 2022? Actually, it happened in New York. All this shit going on, nobody still didn't say that. They was so quiet on that stand, it was ridiculous. And I know I ruffle feathers every time I walk into the building. I have been bumping into Darcel and Vanessa for the longest. And each and every time I do, they start acting mad weird and awkward. And I'm okay with that. Because I'm the energy disruptor. Period. But at one point do we stop? Like, I swear to God, all this shit going on, first of all, it's preparing these shots. Y'all ready to get chipped? Y'all ready to get shipped off to FEMA camps? Did you know the word ghetto is the slums of a Jewish community? Have you heard about the Holocaust, right? Anne Frank. You ever read the book Mouse? These are our lands. We have people fighting to keep us away from our lands. This is the time to come together, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck all these rappers and all the shit they talking about, cars and all that. I'm telling you, right? Before shit get worse, at least, I don't know, come together, because we're going to need each other. First of all, it's more of us than it is them, right? Ain't no way that we cannot make this happen. We sitting here giving up money, getting arrested for $290 and all this extra shit while they taking money from us to give to other people, and we continuously like not standing up for ourselves. That's crazy. They work for us. Vanessa Gibson, Darcy, whatever, Darcel, whatever, Christina, the Senator Louis R., whatever his name is, what's her name? Natalia Fernandez, Amanda, Chantel, Jack. Oh, I love Chantel. I gotta pull up on her. Yeah. All these people, Kenya, first of all, I was in the group. Sis blocked me because I popped up on them. Sometimes you gotta pop out with show niggas that you mean business. Period. I know I might do a lot of extreme shit, but I promise you my intentions are so good. Holding back. This world was made for me and you and me, right? The earth is free. There should be no reason why we're even suffering right now. There should be no reason why, once push come to shove and there's no food and stuff and whatever coming into our states, the fact that these people who want to be so-called leaders can't even come up with, we need to just allow them to have fruit trees or vegetable gardens. Everybody's so concerned with building these buildings to throw people in so they can continuously get money, when our birth certificate basically paid for this whole shit. Even down to the buses and the trains. Oh, yes. Because for some people who don't have money, they sure paying out a lot of money to harass us. And technically, if you don't have a warrant, you shouldn't be harassing people, especially if we didn't put nobody in harm's way. They're shooting at us on the trains. We're risking our life every day living in these streets. Rape-ins and all that, and that's not even just from people from our countries, from others. And they're accepting them and not... Who protects us if we don't? Right? If we don't stand up. If we don't band together. But anyway, it's something for you to think about. Sending you peace, love, and light vibrations. I fucking love you. Ashe. Ashe.